let the fun begin. Okay, we're checking bearing clearances on this. I just got the block back from the machine shop. This has been set to that main journal diameter. All the rest have been checked already. I've got this sitting just loose, snug in a rag, because if you hold it, the heat from your hands will actually throw the rating off by 1 or 2 10,000ths. The expansion of the metal, it's that sensitive. So I've got to zero this with one hand to this crank dimension here. And as a start, looks like we're roughly 0.5 thousandths off. So just going to start roughly with 0.5 thou. You can use plastic gauge for this, but it's, when you really get into it, it's just not, it's accurate, but it's not this accurate. Looks like 2 10,000ths. Try it again. This is really, really hard to do with one hand. Oh, I'm happy with that. Okay, so we come over here to the corresponding bearing. I've got to lay this down. And that would appear to fit. Okay. I'm going to call that 2,000ths and 4. So that'd be 2,000ths of 4 tenths, which is right on the tightest that the specs call for. So I'm happy with that. Got a wasp that won't leave me alone. So that's measuring your main bearing clearances. Just put the bearings in there dry. Measure that, set your micrometer on this. Zero your dial indicator. And check the bearing as you go. If you find one that's too tight or too loose, you can move the bearings back and forth to try to find a journal that they feel a little bit better in. So far I've not had to do that. So same thing with the rods. I just bolt the rods in a vise and torque them down, measure the crank journal, and zero the dial indicator, then check the ID of the rod with the bearings in it, same way. But you can get this tool from Summit. That's where I got this one. I can't remember exactly. I know it's less than 200, but for me, For somebody that's going to build one engine, use plastic gauge. It's not worth investing in this and these, even the budget ones. But for somebody like me that does this kind of stuff probably 15-20 times a year, it starts to pay off. It makes it easier. So that's the start of the bearing clearances.